Hola, bienvenidos. Welcome back, everyone. Another segment of Latin Connection TV with your host, Rita Verreos, at the San Antonio Film Festival. And I am the picture surrounded by the highlight of tonight's festival. Really, what an honor. I feel like a proud mommy because his film was just outstanding. It is Mr. BRYAN Ramirez and his co-producer, his gorgeous wife, Amanda Ramirez. Welcome, Amanda.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So I'm so happy to get you both. Congratulations. As you see, I'm a TV host. I'm a speaker.
Yes.
And thank y'all for doing what is so hard to get from me.
And you did very well.
I'm speechless.
I remember you from Survivor. Amazing job.
Oh, no,
Great,
you don't.
great. No,
Thank you.
It's fun, entertaining.
Thank you. But seriously now, you seriously left me speechless. Just so impressed. If you have not seen Mission Park, you have got to find a way to watch this film. I'm going to let you take the mic now and tell us a little bit. I want to hear about how, when did you start with this project? How many years ago?
I began this project now about 7 or 8 years ago. I had the idea. Growing up, I grew up in a bad part of town, and I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to move out and to see a world from an outside looking in. And my dad, took me. He's a homicide detective and saw me another side of life that was able to really prosper in your decisions and opportunities that you make. And I wrote Mission Park as my first feature because I wanted to make something that meant something. That was going to be my calling card. That was going to tell the industry what I want to do with my movies and to show them what I wanted to do as a director and as a writer. And I was lucky enough to have it happen.
Well, you did, honey.
Thank you. And I wrote the script. I shopped it around, met a lot of people. And Douglas Spain and I finally connected. And we did Hustling with Jeremy Ray Valdez. And Jeremy Ray Valdez was like, dude, let's do it. I love it. Let's do it. So he got his agent involved, his manager involved. And before you know it, we were out there making a movie, and we met our investor, Armando Montalongo, who I had worked with him for many years, and we had a good respect for each other and love for each other. And he's like, let's do it. And we made Mission Park.
Armando's a wonderful, wonderful man, very admired also in our city.
And then luckily, my wife's an amazing producer, and she came on.
Yes, I wanted to turn over to her and get a little input as well.
And Douglas Spain, David Phillips, and then Amanda helped out a lot, and we were able to make this movie here in town in San Antonio and make something that's going to really help our city grow the way we want it to grow.
Well, I think it's fantastic because it does bring to light some very serious subject matter. And again, I want them to stay tuned because the end is fantastic, the way that you did that, and you're going to have to watch it to find out what I'm talking about. Amanda, I want to hear from a point of view because, there's a lot of families and couples that are out there watching Latin Connection TV. I myself, my fiance and I are also partners in a film project. And how is that dynamic? How did you find the dynamic of working on this film, producing alongside your husband?
I had helped him when he graduated from Full Sail. He needed a producer, and I was like, what is that? Because I was going to be a doctor, a pediatric oncologist.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, she should be the lead actress with this beauty that you have. So I give you my.
Yeah, and so then he just told me.
So wait, again, another interruption. I got to highlight her again. Beauty and brains. Yes.
Yeah, and so I asked him, well, what is it? What's the job? How do you produce? And he said, well, this is the way you do it. I said, okay. So I started doing it for little things that he was doing, nothing huge. And when Mission Park came along, I had told Doug, a friend of ours, and I said, I want to really learn it. I want to know, can I shadow you? I said, I've helped Brian before, but I'll do whatever it takes. And he's like, okay. So I started out as Doug's assistant.
Wow.
And I never talked to Brian. Doug and David were like my on-set husbands. I was always with him. We were all in the room. All the producers were in the room. Then after about that month of pre-production, they said, you know what, you worked really hard, you've learned, we're going to go ahead and promote you to producer. And I was like, wow. Yeah, I graduated. So I said, wow. I said, thanks. My hard work, and not because I was his wife, because a lot of the crew did not know that we were married.
Wow. Well, and that highlights, that just goes to show hard work does pay off.
And it's kind of hard sometimes, because
you are husband and wife.
And that's why, like interviews and things like that, it's all him.
I know. he and I had to twist. He and I had to like really twist her arm to come on board.
And you know what? Our relationship has shown me easy. Like, I mean, she's gorgeous, you know.
Yes.
And in the,
Why not highlight her?
no, that's not about highlighting her for her gorgeous or her beauty.
All of it.
No, but it's the fact that like we have a relationship where I don't want her to be seen as my wife on set.
That's right.
She's a producer.
And she just, she earned it. She worked very hard to earn that title.
A lot of times they didn't know we were married. They actually thought we were having an affair on our other
Love
significant
it.
other.
Nice.
They find out we're married, and it was something.
Ooh, we got a little TMZ here on Latin Connection TV.
And then they found out we're married, and it blew their mind. Oh, that makes it all good now. No, but yeah.
So no, it's really wonderful to see that union and that connection, and obviously it worked because you have a tremendous film out there. And speaking of, I want to talk a little about not the storyline because I don't want to give anything away, but tremendous casting. How did you go about finding the actors for this film?
We when I wrote the project, I had a straight vision in mind, and I wanted these characters to be people that could be real and that could bring it to life. And we had a list, and we had people that we wanted to talk to, and Jeremy came on board, and I love Jeremy, and I've known him for many, many years. And when I met Walter on August evening, many, many years before, me and Walter had been friends already from me gripping on a movie where I slept in a barn, like, for no money, and I met him, and we became friends, and that's how you start.
You have to pay your dues.
Yeah, you have to, I was telling somebody earlier.
Well, I just want to say that I've paid my dues, so I want to get on that list.
Yeah, we got you.
I want to get you. I'm just shameless plugging all over.
we got you. And then,
Thank you.
and no problem. And then Walter, he was like, yeah, I'll do it. He didn't even read it. Yeah, I'll do it. And they read it. He's like, whoa, this is a dope character. Cool. And then, we needed a strong Derek. Derek was our strongest character. Derek needed to shine, and Derek needed to be somebody that would change your input on the entire evilness that they were doing as a whole. And JJ gave us his reel, and this is before Army Wives and before his project with Kristen Stewart. So understand, this is JJ when he was ready at his prime, and he brought it, And I got the reel, and I cried at the reel. I saw him playing the monologue that you saw, and I was just mesmerized by his performance. You saw it together, and I was like, this is Derek. And we called him, and I made an offer, and he took it, and I was like, thank God. But Will, Julian's character, like, Julian was such a strong part of the movie, and you have to find this guy and fall in love with him so spontaneously, instantaneously.
And you do. I have to say, with all of the characters, from their how they evolve from beginning to end, it's so hard not to give away.
Yeah.
That was good, right? That was good.
That I needed a good Julian. And Will Rothar got the script, and Will Rothar read the script, and Will Rothar gave me a tape. It's like, oh yeah, mommy, yeah. I was like, that's him. Yeah. That's him. Abuelito con suave, you know what I mean?
Yes, I see.
And he had it, and it was, and Sean Patrick Flannery, Vivica Fox are amazing, outstanding actors that brought so much to the movie, and they're given. I knew I wanted them from the beginning, we knew who exactly needed to play these characters, and
Well, every single one of your actors nailed it. Everyone on your crew from beginning to end, everyone that you have on that list of credits is really, really amazing. You guys are so blessed, and I hope and I know that God will continue to bless you with so many more. And in fact, speaking of, you already have some of those blessings. Can you share with us a little bit of what you're working on currently?
Well, Brian had just finished, I would say about a month ago, a script. He wrote it, and he had been kind of like tied into that thing for a while. We didn't see him in his office. Finally, he came out. He's like, read this. And I'm usually the reader. He had a book that was sent to him by a friend, and he's like, Brian, if you want it, you can have it. I will give you, I will let you turn it into a script. And so we have that. We have 2 other ones that we're working on also. So we've been swamped. We've been very blessed. And right now I have to read like 3 more scripts, and then I usually tell Brian, this is what it's about. And he'll read it, and then he'll read it, and he'll say, what do you envision? Who do you see? And then he'll read it. I won't tell him. He'll read it, and then later he'll say this, and I was like, that's who I had. So he has a lot of stuff going on right now. We've just been very blessed.
You are, and you're deservedly blessed. I'm so happy to see. In fact, again, it's just an example of hard work, good work paying off.
And like what she just said, like there's a moment when you're striving and you're hungry. And I talk about this inside. You're hungry and you're fighting to make something of yourself, and no one's calling and no one's emailing back, and you're late on rent and you're late on this, and you have to understand.
And other people are getting their projects done, or other people, if you're talent like me, are getting picked, and you're wondering, but because God has a plan, and it's in due time.
And every up and coming director, I want to tell you right now, I say fail and continue to fail and continue to fail, because that's why you'll succeed, and that's what will make you someone that's going to have projects. The doors open and they're ridiculous when they open. And you look back and you're like, why is it so easy now? Why am I having to say no? I wish I was still, able to create a project and have someone give me negative input. Now you have to beg for the negative input to be great. You want a great script, and now they're, oh, it's great, it's great. I'm like, no, be honest. Tell me.
Right.
Tell me what's wrong with it.
Well, I'll tell you why it's happening. Again, it's not to be redundant. It's, again, due to the hard work that you put in, and now you're just reaping what you've sowed. So we are so grateful also to be reaping what you've sowed. We get to watch your wonderful projects. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you. No. We love it. We love it. Honey, I'm a talker. No. Yes, please do. Oh, I wanted to give a website.
Do whatever. Oh, what I want to say is real quick. I have a speech impediment. So if you're a mom or an aunt or a cousin of someone that has a stutter, have them watch this video and have them understand it's not the end of the world. Live with it. Suck it up and say, okay, God gave me this. Oh, well, I'm going on with my life. And just become something. Because once you get that confidence, it just goes away.
There's no stopping you.
No stopping.
Well, that's great. You know what? I really appreciate you mentioning that, because the film that we're working on has to do with people with special needs.
Oh, cool.
And so really appreciate you highlighting that. And, we have examples, an Oscar-winning film in The King's Speech.
Yeah, definitely.
He went on to become, you are in the midst of continuing to become this great filmmaker that both of you are, and with a speech impediment, and here you are. And this gentleman went on to become the king. So we're looking for you guys to become the king and queens of continued kings and queens of the film festival. One last thing that Ryan wanted to say, right?
Yes, our website for Mission Park is at missionparkthemovie.com, and you can find us there, and on Facebook at facebook.com/Mission Park. Yes, like us.
So thank you very much for being here with us tonight, for letting us have this wonderful interview exclusive for Latin Connection TV. I'm Rita Verreos, your host. We'll see you soon next time.